Alrighty, folks. Now I'll just throw out a few calls on 75 meters here. I'm not going to run the amp, just run barefoot for a bit. Get tuned up. Okay. Initial tune. The rack on. This is a guy. This guy cracks me up. He tells everybody, he critiques their audio, and I don't know if you can see this. Look at the splatter on this guy out of the UK. Well, it's not him. Hey, something I wanted to show you too. See this right here? This is something that comes out of Europe. You know why it's coming out of the East? How I know that? I'm going to flip the array right here. I'm on a 75 meter Moxon array. I'm going to go ahead and switch the flip here. Watch this. I'm going to go southwest. Here we go. Look at that. That's nice front to back, isn't it? But that's yeah, that's coming out of the East. I don't know if it's out of Europe or wherever, but that's on around 3805. There's a whole mess of them in here. I'm going to go back towards Europe here, and she's back. You can see it up there. It is nice having a back door you can slam shut. All right, we'll throw some general CQ calls out, see if anybody comes back. CQ, is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? K1GMM. Forgot to ask if this frequency was in use. We'll go with it. CQ, CQ 75 meters, CQ, CQ, CQDX. Looking at Europe, we're looking towards Europe. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike calling CQDX. CQ Delta X-ray, beaming Europe, CQ Europe, CQ Europe, CQDX. Any stations looking east from Northeast United States. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike calling CQDX, CQDX, and bye for a call. CQ Delta X-ray, CQDX, looking towards Europe. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike calling CQDX. CQ Delta X-ray, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Bye for any calls. CQ Delta X-ray, CQDX, CQ Delta X-ray, CQDX, CQDX, looking towards Europe. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Calling CQDX and standing by. CQ Delta X-ray, CQDX, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, looking towards Europe, CQDX, CQ Delta X-ray, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, calling CQDX and listening. QRZ, I think it was ending in Echo Lima. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Steve here in the state of Vermont. Station ending Echo Lima. Come again? Yes, QSL. Still missed your call. I think it's a Delta Florida 1. Very noisy. The call is Kilowatt 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilo 1 Germany, Mexico, Mexico. And I have a Delta Florida 1 something. Again? Kilowatt number 1, Germany, Mexico, Mexico. Kilo 1, Kilo 1, Kilo 1, Germany, Mexico, Mexico. Over.
Okay, I've got something totally different. America 1 kilowatt, and the rest is missing. Alpha 1 kilowatt.
Negative, negative, negative. Kilo, Kilo number 1, Kilo, Kilo 1, Kilo 1, Golf Mike Mike, Kilo 1, Golf Mike Mike, Kilo 1, Golf Mike Mike. Over.
Thank you very much for coming back. My name is Klaus, London, America, uniform sugar. I repeat, London, America, uniform sugar. And the TTH is no Klaus, Tango, Tango, America, radio, Tokyo. How did you copy? Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Delta, Foxtrot 1, Tokyo, London. Over.
Delta Foxtrot 1, Tokyo, London. Kilo 1, Golf Mike Mike. 100% copy, Klaus. Good to hear you on the bands this evening. And the name is Steve. The name is Steve, Sierra, Tango, Echo, Victor, Echo, and the QTH is state of Vermont. Vermont, and that's northeast United States. QSL? Vermont, Victor, Echo, Romeo, Mike, Oscar, November, Tango, Vermont. It's abbreviated Victor Tango. Victor Tango, Roger?
Yes, okay. I thought you were running all Victor Tango, but I'm not going to be late. Please, again, you're late. Over.
Okay, Klaus, no problem. No problem. My name is Steve. Steve. Sierra Tango, Echo, Victor, Echo. Sierra Tango, Echo, Victor, Echo. Over.
Okay, Steve. Find numbers this time. It's difficult because I have a high level of very often rising crashes. The signal report is 4 by 8, 4 by 8, because of the steady crashes. Otherwise, it would be 5 by 8. Okay. I'm running here 700 watts. 700 watts, and my antenna is an off-center fetch dipole, off-center fetch dipole. There's about 460 meters, 10 meters above the ground, 10 meters above the ground, that's all. Please your power and the antenna you're using, Steve. 01 volt, line, Delta 1 Tango Lima.
Okay, Delta Fox 1 Tango Lima, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Thanks for your working conditions, Klaus. My working conditions here, 100 watts, and the antenna is a phased Moxon rectangle array. Phased Moxon rectangle array at 70 feet. 100 watts, transceiver ICOM 7300. I am not running power. I do have an amplifier here, but it is not on at the time. And you are live streaming, by the way, Klaus. You are live streaming to YouTube as we speak. DF1TL, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, over.
Okay, 01 volt, line, Delta 1 Tango Lima. Okay, I put 100 watts, so that's great. Normally stations running a 1 kilowatt or so, and I can copy you reasonably well. There's 100 watts, that's great. I didn't get your antenna. I did not get your antenna. Please again and show me several times your antenna, because static crashes here are terrible.
Okay, Klaus, my antenna is a phased Moxon rectangle. Mike, Oscar, X-ray, Oscar, November. It's a 75, 80 meter Moxon rectangle array. It is basically two Moxon rectangle driven elements, phased, firing either northeast or southwest. I can switch them, so it goes either northeast or southwest. So it looks like a traditional Moxon rectangle, except it's using two driven elements instead of just one driven element and a reflector. Over. Okay, height, I think you asked me height above ground. The height, if you ask me height above ground, it is at 70, between 70 and 80 feet off the ground. Roger? Okay, Klaus, I'm bringing the amplifier online. Stand by just for a moment. Stand by. I'm bringing the amp online. I haven't had a chance to load it, but I'll just throw just a little bit more power at you, see if you can get a better copy. Stand by. Okay, Klaus. Stand by just for a second. I'm going to have to load this thing up. Stand by just for a moment. Stand by, stand by. That's it. Okay, Klaus, you should have a much better copy on me now. Running about 400 watts, 400. And put it back to you. How's the copy now, Klaus? DF1 Tango Lima, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, over.
Okay, one whole fine mic, one the other turning. Okay, that's the difference. That's the difference. Now I can copy you very well, but still attracted to it. I looked at my transmitting antenna. Up to 5 flags plus 20, up to 5 flags plus 20, and we are arriving very, very often. So your voice was important or it's a contribution in the pieces, in the pauses between the crashes. Okay, now then the question, how much speed or meters your monster is off the ground for?
Okay, Klaus. Yeah, they are approximately 70 to 80 feet, 70 to 80 feet off the ground. I use I used an antenna launcher. It's an air cannon. I know you've probably seen them before, but I put a tennis ball in it and charge it with air, with about 40 pounds per square inch of air pressure, and pull the trigger on it, and I can aim it pretty much like a gun, and it will pretty much put it over any tree I have here, a 120-foot tree, no problem, with pinpoint accuracy. So all my all my antennas are actually flown that way. I didn't build it. I had a friend build it for me, and I did not ask him to, so it was just a nice gift. Go ahead. Yeah, DF1TL, K1GMM, Vermont, and yeah, I'll copy there. Boy, you have the same conditions that we have. The static crashing is horrific. I just was looking at the meter, and it was clipping 20 over at times. But your audio is very good to help punch through that. I've got you in here still Pretty much a solid S9, and you're just bumping into the red a little bit. But you know your signal's good enough to make it through all that, and I never lost you even once. Whiskey X-Ray, we've had kind of a bizarre summer, Klaus, as you probably know if you've been talking to any stations in the Northeast up here. Throughout this summer, it's been incredibly hot, just brutal heat, with heat indices, in the lower 100s, like 105 to 115 degrees, heat indices, temperatures in the 90s. It actually clipped, I think it actually in Pennsylvania, it was over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's the actual air temperature. And it was very dry, no rain, and then about 3 weeks ago, it started raining here, and I'm telling you, it's like a tropical rainforest. I mean, it is, you know, all the lawns were burned right up to brown, and now everything is lush green, but we've been getting incredible rainstorms, heavy rain, like walls of water coming out of the sky, you know, and it keeps washing my driveway out. I've had to put the driveway in about 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago now, and the driveway's washed out again. So at some point in the next 2 days, I have to get out there and pick up all the material that washed out of the driveway and put it back in. Back to you, Klaus, DF1TL, K1GMM.
Okay, one goal. So you're gonna have the same situation. It's try, curious, seem to come more and more often. So I hope Mr. Trump will correct his meetings and try to take on I will go to bed now because I wait because of the egg, and now I'm going to try to have some 2 hours of sleep before I have to get up again. Please, everyone goes my mind,
Yeah, no problem there. Thank you very much for working it out and being patient there, and getting this call. It's been a great QSO. I'm one and done. This was my only one on 75 meters tonight, so hey, I'll take it. Thanks again, my friend. I'll say 7-3. Have a great week coming up, and hope to hear you again on this band or any of the other bands. You sound familiar, and I wonder if we've actually worked before. So I'll have to look at my other log. 7-3. All the best there to the family, of course. Delta Lima 1. I'm sorry, Delta Foxtrot 1, Tango Lima, Kilo 1, Golf Mike Mike. Head off to bed and get some good rest there. Over. Yeah, 7-3, Klaus. All the best. Thanks again. Kilo 1, Golf Mike Mike, QRT. That was a nice contact with Klaus over in Germany. 75 meters, 80 meters. Very copacetic. I can live with that. I guess we're going to go ahead and lock down for the evening. He's still in there. Okay, anybody watching, thanks for coming along for the ride. I'm going to kill it. You guys have a good evening. Well, I'll catch you later.